Hello and welcome to today's edition of Scrapnik TV. Today we're going to be I'm going to be showing you how to add your own scallop to a layout. So I've started this layout here that's mostly in place, and if we look in our photo bin with all of the different elements, we have some fun elements, and most of them I've used here on this page, but we don't have a scallop element, and sometimes I do include them in my kits, but sometimes I don't. And this way, if you don't have one in your kit, I'm going to show you how you can make your own. This is really easy. I'm working in Photoshop Elements 18, but this can be done in pretty much probably any photo editing software. This is really easy, and there's probably other ways that people do this that are also correct, but this is the way that I do my scallops. So, and I think it's pretty easy. So we're going to start off by we're going to go up here to Draw, and we're going to click our Draw tool, our Shape tool, and we're going to make sure that the circle or our ellipse tool is chosen. And we're going to come up here and we're going to hold down the Shift key to get a full circle. And half of this is going to be our scallop. So, you don't want to go too big and you don't want to go too small, but there's really no set size. You can just kind of do whatever you think would work. So I'm going to scoot this over. Now I want to make copies of this. So I'm just going to drag this up. And there, if you drag it up here to create a new layer, but if you drag the shape, it will create a new one of that shape. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it 6 times. 4, 5, 6. Okay, now this top one, we're going to slide out to about the length we want. And we might still play with things, but with this top one highlighted, then we're going to hold down the Shift key and click on the bottom one, and this highlights all of them in between. And this is how we're going to make sure that they're evenly spread out. Now, first thing, I think we've kept these pretty even, but I like to, if you come down here to Tool Options, you notice this, because we have those highlighted, this little bar menu opens up. We're going to click on Align Top, and they already were there, but if you wanted to make sure, like for example, let's just bring this one down. We're going to highlight them all again, Align Top, and it aligns them all up by the top. Now we're going to distribute Center. And I think it's the middle one we want to do. Yep. So that distributes them all the way across. Now, maybe we want just a little more of them spread apart. So we'll just move that a little bit and do the same thing and click Middle. And that spreads them out a little bit more. Okay, now when you've got and just look at the bottom part, when you've got the scallop that you like, then come over here and click Merge Shapes, and then right click and Simplify Layer. Okay, now the next part is the easiest of all. We're going to come up here and we're going to choose our rectangular marquee, and we're just going to come down, and it depends, do you want a really skinny scallop? Do you want a thicker scallop? But draw over the top and then click Delete. And then select, deselect layers. Whoops, select, deselect. Okay, there we go. Now, make sure that our scallop layer is highlighted, and there we go. Now we can clip something to it. I'm going to choose this yellow paper down here and slide it up on top of our scallop. Right click, create clipping mask. And then I'm going to go ahead and merge these two. So just highlight the two and merge layers. And then I can slide it in wherever I want it to be. And I can just By holding Alt or Option, I can click, so I hold the Alt key or the Option key first, and then I click on the FX and I slide it up and it copies that layer style onto our one below. And that's it. Then we go to our tool options, we can take off the show bounding box so it doesn't show the little box around it. And there you go. We've got our scallop there for our layout. So easy, and you can do it and make it any sort of look that you want. Thank you for joining me, and for more tips and tutorials and lots of free digital scrapbook goodies to play with, you can find them at thedigicrafter.com.